Kubor nakaslem jong unongsan hima.
Unoyalam kaliang persya Dr. Mukul Sangma hasingi balang lalit jurip igijaka balabu yu doyong ban lilam hawes ban East Janja Hills. Hagani kasingi Dr. Mukul lalit chakli rangna sangpung tera bar kli riat hagaba lai don langru ki MLA ko Congress ki Deputy Commissioner bar ki wegi officer katnat mining and geology. Hawa keren sikilat pathai kubor Dr. Mukul lopun pau baka sarkar kamdei ban penslam ya jingde lilam ya baro doyong ubadon palat laifu 8 lakh metric ton kumbala penpau sa Supreme Court. Nagaliang ke sarkar kala penpau ban lilam syua tang 8 lakh metric ton nagani ka laifu 8 lakh metric ton. Henry hagaju kapor une menteri rang bak berem ulong bau tau laifu 8 lakh metric ton udoyong balakam na ka sarkar bau don ula benum don syu satya. Syu Dr. Mukul ulaban biang ikajing subasni hagabai de berkikam doyong badulong bagadai bandon kajing tokit ke babnia banlap ikajing shisha wara.
As we are here on the ground zero, I received one representation from one of the RTA activists indicating that there has been a complaint lodged in this particular area, that there is some unclaimed coal. And to go by what has happened after the judgment of the Honorable Supreme Court on 3rd July 2019, you have seen the order clearly indicates that it shall be monitored by NZT committee. What has happened? Justice Kataki resigned. What was the reason? If you go through his report, that will be enough for all of you to really create a story and tell the truth to the world. It's a predetermined delay. And those who are engaged in this complicity are those who are part of the criminal conspiracy. So it's a complete question of investigating the aspect of criminal conspiracy. You see media taking all these issues and carrying these reports off and on. This is an kind of, news item which is picked up by national media, which is picked up by the regional media, carried all along. So Meghalaya appears in the headlines for all wrong reasons. Is it tasteful or distasteful? That is simple as that. When Meghalaya is in the headlines for good things, we feel happy, we feel proud. But when the whole headlines about Meghalaya speaks about illegalities, all at the cost of the state and the people, it is distasteful. We need to therefore have a proper investigation to really unearth the angle of criminal conspiracy. That is the bottom line. Okay. That cannot happen. That unearthing of the truth cannot happen unless you have a proper investigation. Okay. That is exactly what people have been demanding. It's not just Dr. Mukul Sangma. It's not just the opposition. It's even the partners of the coalition, MDA. It's even the miners. I think you have all those under record, which has been often on carried by media itself. I have told also one thing, that it's almost like getting caught while in the act. Okay. Yeah. Or you call it getting caught red-handed. Because the process is on. Why I have counted? I want to see whether it is 1,41,000 metric ton. This figure is predetermined. This figure is predetermined. And therefore you see fresh dumping of these consignments here all across, fresh.
Can we safely write that as per the leader of opposition who came and visited the site, you find all these fresh
Yes, fresh.
extractions and these consignments probably heading somewhere we don't know.
That has to be their job. The job of those people who will be entrusted with the job of finding out the truth.
So you said about investigation.
Yes.
Investigation. When the most powerful social are inside the government, who will investigate?
Therefore, appropriate. What have we always said? If you have to really unearth the truth, you'll have to ensure that an agency which is completely free from any interference is engaged for such investigation. Government probably intends to go slow on the auctioning of the coal which was indicated in the inventory submitted to the Honorable Supreme Court,
Yes.
Amounting to 32 lakh metric ton.
Yes.
I have shared with the media that this 32 lakh metric ton of coal which was submitted in the inventory before the Honorable Supreme Court, I am 100% sure, does not exist anymore. If it does not exist anymore, if this 32 lakh metric ton of coal, as was reflected in the inventory, if it doesn't exist anymore, where have it gone? That is to be investigated, no? That means, has it been lifted illegally? Or was it not there at the first instance? Therefore, this process of auctioning by Coal India Limited must be for all the 32 lakhs at one go, not in piecemeal, because that will only delay the whole process of both auctioning and transportation of the consignments which is claimed to be existing and which was reflected in the inventory amounting 32 lakh of metric ton. So there should not be that piecemeal auctioning. That piecemeal auctioning is another modus operandi designed by this government. That must not be allowed.
Sir, when you say that that the coal deposit here, it looks fresh, are you suggesting that illegal coal mining still exists in this area, or
See, this is
somewhere
being
else?
transported. See, this is being transported from somewhere else. You can see that those fresh consignments. So where it is coming from is the job of the authorities to find out. That's why we want that, okay, proper investigation should be on. Our job is to say that do things as per the provision of the law. Now, law provides all the parameters that has to be followed by the authorities. MMDR Act 1957 is very powerful act. The provision of this act must be the guiding line, and also the other parameters whenever there is a public auction. Okay? What do you mean by public auction? Public auction is when a particular good is supposed to be sold through auction and awarded to the highest bidder. That is how it is done. But if you're looking at all across, including the allegations coming from different parts of the state, you will see that this whole process of law has not been followed.
Should be a balance of 11,000 plus.
From here, they have not lifted it. So there are 4 locations. One is this one is Ratachara.
And one is near DC office, old DC office, ICTS center. And
How much stock is there?
there is no more.
One there. There's lifted. So near the DC office.
There is no more gold there.
3 places.
Four.
One is there.
ADC quarter behind ADC
That
quarter.
also lifted.
Lifted. Then near the DC office, old quarter, DC office, old DC office, lifted. Now 2 locations.
2 locations. So these 2 locations are left. Yeah. So after the initial visit in East Jantia Hills, this is the second visit. We have taken note of all the process that has been adopted. As I have said, it is a matter of concern that this so-called unclaimed coal or seized coal, when auctioned, the allegations coming from different miners is that along with this, lots of illegalities can happen. Now, the most important thing is that we have to recall the judgment of the Honorable Supreme Court. Honorable Supreme Court has given its judgment on the 3rd of July last year. Now, amongst others, the most important order is to complete the whole process of disposal of the coal which has been submitted before the Honorable Supreme Court in its inventory, which amounts to 32 lakh metric ton, should be auctioned through Coal India Limited under the complete supervision of the NGT committee. Now, why this is being delayed is the biggest question. This delay is therefore responsible for facilitating this kind of illegalities. Not only that, the important issue here is because of the delay is there still illegalities going on in the mining site. I have expressed my concern, which is an offshoot of the concern of the people, that this whole scripted modus operandi must be done away. Because if you're talking about 19,000 metric ton of coal, the lifting order has been given 3 weeks back. It should have been completed. Another one is around 600 plus metric ton, which was also auctioned, and the lifting has not completed. Is the lifting completed? That 600 was?
7,000 completed out of
No. The earlier one, that's 600 metric ton earlier auction wala.
before this, sir. Before this 19,000.
Before the 19,000.
That's lifted, sir.
That's lifted, completed. So therefore, this also, we want that this should be lifted immediately. If this has been auctioned, it must be lifted immediately. And we will be urging upon the Honorable NGT and Coal India Limited to expedite the process of auctioning as per the order of the Honorable Supreme Court. Let us respect the judgment of the Apex Court. And this is exactly what the miners also want. Many of the genuine miners whose coal are stuck because of the NGT ban, we must realize one fact, that if this delay in auctioning takes place, then they will not be able to recover the money, whatever little money they have invested for those coal mining. We will be further taking up this issue. We have also received some more representation from other districts. Some of the miners have met me yesterday, and those concerns also will be addressed. Thank you. Depots identified by GMR.
Okay.
Now the issue which is a matter of concern is why in piecemeal. All those coal which is indicated in the inventory before the Honorable Supreme Court, everything has to be auctioned on time. Number one, in order to ensure that everything goes well and there is no scope for anybody to manipulate and continue illegal mining. This is a concern. Another one is, why make others wait? Why should other miners wait? How can they pick and choose? Now 6 miners, 6 claimants were approved. What about the rest? What is the methodology? What is the parameter being used? These are matter of concern. Therefore, one cannot pick and choose. One has to ensure that, okay, they've been waiting for so long. Even after the judgment of the Honorable Supreme Court, it's more than 1 year.
Yes.
So these are concerns, these are issues, and we'll take it up appropriately with NGT.
Now, do we have 75,000 tons here in Stand Hill, sir?
That is what is to be seen. The inventory which has been submitted by the government before the Honorable Supreme Court is total 32 lakh metric ton.
Yes.
Are these 32 lakh metric ton still there in different parts of the state? If it is not there, then what has happened? Whether they have been illegally transported or not, that is required to be verified. That is what I have said. And another thing is, even the delay in this whole auctioning process ultimately provokes all of us to ask question, why there is a delay? What is the purpose? And is it not a fact that during this 1 year, more than 1 year after the judgment of the Honorable Supreme Court, lots of allegations of illegalities in respect of illegal mining continuing, in respect of illegal transportation at the cost of the state, these are all coming up off and on. Media is carrying it off and on.
Yes.
So therefore, it is before our eyes now. And we have to verify all these allegations. And as per law, we have to correct things.
There is an illegal.
I have every reason to believe that there are illegalities. Otherwise, why is there delay for complete auctioning of this 32 lakh metric ton? There should not be any delay. Thank
Sir,
you.
one more thing. On Kliranga, how many plots you have?
Ah. Because they were all dumped. I think each of the lot was one truckload, one siding truckload.
Yes.
And the deputy commissioner and the DMO, they themselves have counted.
Yes.
They have given me in writing.
Yes.
The total
Plot.
plot is 1064, and each of these plot represents one truckload of coal.
Cool. How many tons, sir?
So 1064 truckloads. So you calculate how much it will be. But in the compilation of the report,
Yes.
which was submitted in the month of June, that was 1,41,000 metric ton. Now, if you are calculating 1,064 truckloads, if you multiply by 10 or 15 or 20, you will get the figure.
Yes.
That means it is not even 20,000 metric ton. You understand? So, what is the reason to show that inflated figure? That is what I have been saying always, that there is a reason for us to believe that there is a scripted modus operandi which is being implemented in every district. It is not only in East Giant Hills, it is not only in West Giant Hills, it is not only in Garo Hills, it is in many of the districts. I have reasons to believe that similar attempts are on, and we will have to ensure that these type of illegalities don't continue. That is the purpose of our visit.